So coming back to the algorithm again, so this is the profile, this is the pattern profile. This is what's called an obstructive profile, post-pattern profile. And you think about this type of profile if the ALP enzyme level was greater than ALT, and you would follow this type of profile and further investigations looking for, you might do imaging or looking for blockage, and that could be due to a tumour in the pancreas, for example, or it could be due to the gallstones presence as well. And then you can measure autoantibodies also present in the blood as well. There's an autoimmune reaction occurring as well. And so this moves on to the last two measurements of the LFT profile, which is albumin, so protein. And albumin, remember, it's heavily protein comprised in the blood. It acts as a transport vehicle for many substances like calcium, bilirubin, some hormones as well. Albumin is not particularly good because the concentration only goes down in chronic conditions. Chronic diseases, albumin levels will decrease. And that is due to its half-life. And the half-life of albumin is about 21 days. So every 21 days, the levels of albumin can decrease if there's an underlying chronic condition present. Which means that if you have an acute liver disease, an acute condition, you will not see a drop in albumin levels occurring. Because it takes 21 days for levels of albumin to drop. If you've got acute injury, like acute viral hepatitis, which happens within days, you will not see a drop in albumin levels. Right? So you only see albumin in low albumin in chronic conditions. It also means that it also infers that also albumin is not a very specific test for the liver as well. It's not specific for the liver because there are many other causes leading to low albumin. And then we think of what else might cause albumin levels to drop. Nothing to do with liver. Low. Low albumin. What would cause albumin protein to go low? Any ideas?
Anemia?
Not anemia. Remember, it's nutrients. Protein, nutrients.
Kidney dysfunction.
Sorry? Kidney, you're right. Yeah, if there's kidney disease, you're correct. Because albumin will be lost to the kidneys. So they'll be filtered by and will be lost to the kidneys. So albumin has a drop. And obvious one will be malnutrition or malabsorption disorders, starvation. Because there's some nutrients or protein. So something like Crohn's disease or celiac disease, we have problems with absorption, we lose the microvilli, then don't absorb the nutrients. The levels of albumin as well as other nutrients will drop. In this case here, the levels of albumin, back to the patient again, was 40, and total protein. And total protein is made up of albumin and immunoglobulin, just so you know. So the main information two components. What does this tell you about albumin and total protein? Normal again. Everything's normal. So the only thing that's abnormal is the total bilirubin. Right? Everything so far is normal. Right? We're going through all these different tests, think about these algorithms, how can help us, and so far everything's normal. So what's causing the increase in bilirubin? So it's not a pattern profile, it's not an obstructive profile. Do we stop? We haven't eliminated pre-hepatic causes as well. So then we have to think about what are the pre-hepatic causes of jaundice. And this means that hemolytic-based disorders. Remember, pre-hepatic means looking at any disorder related to perhaps hemoglobin breakdown, let's say. And these are just some of the very common hemolytic-based disorders. Spherocytosis, elliptoid-cytosis, we get cigar-shaped red blood cells forming due to genetic defects. Cytosis of proteins, thalassemia, and red blood cell also, glucose-6-phosphate dehydrogenase, conditions of starvation also, some drugs also causes hemolysis, red blood cells to break down. become more fragile, more fragile. So all these conditions cause the red blood cells to break open. I'm not going to go into too much detail, but the test you could do, for example, for a particular blood count, you do blood film, LDH captoglobin concentrations as well, a Coombs test. Ray will cover some more detail, but points in this case here, when they measured hemoglobin and reticulocyte red blood cell concentrations, they were all normal, everything was normal in this patient, right? Which in effect eliminates all the pre-hepatic causes, more or less. Right? And I forgot to mention about bilirubin here being negative. This refers to conjugated bilirubin. Right? So this means this agrees with the enzymes that there's no liver damage. Right? Because you don't need to take conjugated bilirubin in the urine if there was liver damage. So this result agrees with the other enzyme results. There's no liver damage. So rubella hepatic, rubella obstructive, rubella prehepatic. This patient had a disorder called Gilbert syndrome. No clinical concern. Gilbert syndrome, as it states at the bottom, is relatively benign. It's a genetic-based disorder where there's a defect in the import uptake of bilirubin into your hepatocytes. And it only becomes visible under conditions of stress or starvation, really. Main stress, that you'll notice bilirubin levels increasing. But generally speaking, elevated levels of bilirubin are not harmful. So it's not a condition that will cause any concern. So it's benign. Elevated, abnormal, but it's a benign condition. So that's nothing wrong with this person. So for all these tests and all these steps that are carried out, this person was nothing wrong with it. This highlights an important point that when you do this differential diagnosis process, and when treating patients in general, it can take many weeks or months really to identify what the problem is, because you've got so many causes, you need to eliminate all the possible reasons. You carry out a variety of different tests, which take an extended period of time. Right? Which is why some people take longer to treat than others, really. I've given you, if you want to, in your own spare time, 2 other case studies to do. If you want to do them, and you're more than welcome to, and use the questions below to try to assist you. And if you want to email me any responses, I'm more than happy to look through those. So this is for your own time. Some other case studies to think about as well. So I'm going to move on to renal tests again. And using the case studies to try and assist us. Just to remind ourselves what the kidney does, this is 6 major functions of the kidney, and I'm hoping that you'll